Alright, what's up, guys? My name is Julian. I'm from Singapore. So, this is my very first YouTube videos telling people that I'm actually not currently in Singapore. Okay, so I'm actually currently working as a teacher, as you can see. Instruments here as a music teacher in an international school in Foshan, China, and I have been here for 5 years and counting. So today, what I'm going to tell you, okay, is to share with everyone the reason why I left Singapore for China. All right, so nothing against anyone. I'm just sharing my idea. If you feel offended, feel free to just delete me. Yeah. All right. Then the first thing I want to say, okay, is why did I left Singapore for China? Okay, coming from a very metropolitan city, a very interconnected city in Singapore, where I can fly out of the country anytime I want, I can go anywhere where I want, and be very comfortable with where I was. And I came here. So initially, the idea was that I had a friend who was actually working in China, this current school which I'm in, and then suddenly he called me, he said, Julian, I need a music teacher. Come here, okay? 2 years, do whatever you want, and then you can just get back to Singapore or go anywhere else in the world you want to. So I was like, okay, so try law, right? So having that mentality, and when I wanted to leave Singapore, everybody was like,
What? You want to go China and work? Seriously?
as Singaporeans, when we talk about going overseas to work, the first cities, the first countries that we think of, London, Paris, New York, all these big cities, right? So never, ever did my friends actually talk about, realize that I want to go to a city, a smaller, relatively smaller city in China, and work as a music teacher in an international school where nearby there's nothing else. All right. So I came here for 2 years. This city, which I'm currently living, actually improved so much and developed so quickly as with any other China cities that you actually saw. Okay. That you actually see on this on YouTube and on news around the world. Right. So 2 years has passed, and I extended for another 3 years, and now I'm into my 5 years and counting. Before that, I was in Singapore working as a band director, right? So going to school, teaching school bands, and I was very, very happy with what I was doing. I love the Singapore education system, whereby the band movement is actually a large part of the school system. You have to join a CCA, and especially the band CCA where Mr. Lee Kuan Yew actually started. So I was happily teaching. I came here for 2 years, and I tell myself that after 2 years, I'm just going back to do whatever I was doing. All right, and there was I, still here. I do not know when I'm going back. All right. So the next question is, people ask me,
Hey, you go China can earn money or not?
everyone thinks about, okay, Singapore dollar is a lot stronger than Chinese RMB, and whatever you're going to get is probably 5 times less than what you're earning in Singapore. No, not exactly. So as we all know, that China is actually becoming the superpower in the world, if they are not already. People are getting more affluent. There are more people who are really into international business, and they are more worldly than maybe it was, say, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, right? So can earn money or not, I'm not sure if what you're looking for is in terms of dollars or in terms of purchasing power, right? So just a rough gauge, international teachers in China, depending on the city, very, very much depending on the city, as so-called foreign talent, right? So if you're a foreigner working in China in an international school, you are going to get somewhere between rough amount 15,000 RMB to 30,000 or even more. Okay, depending on your position, the amount of experience you have, and how long you stay in a particular school, right? So it really depends. So if I transfer 15,000 to 30,000, convert back to Singapore dollars, it may be around 3,002 ish to around 6,005 Singapore dollars per month. So what are the pros and cons here is that this is what we get, and this is most of them get after tax, but there's no such thing as civil service bonus, as if like you're working in an MOE schools. If you can get a 1 month bonus, 2 months bonus, is actually a luxury in China as compared to, say, working as a full-time teacher in Singapore, where your bonus, your performance bonus, everything, they are very much decided by the government, by the civil service, and it's very much a lot stable. I also do not have CPF contribution, so therefore I need to save a part of my salary to put it into my own savings, right? I can do voluntary contribution to my CPF as a Singaporean, or I need to force myself to save, either invest my money, put it in the bank, or whatever, which I will talk about in my next video, right? So the next part is the good thing about working as a foreign talent. You know, in Singapore, we always complain about,
hey, you foreign talent, you come to my country do what?
You snatched my rice bowl. I got no job and I blame the government for it.
correct? So anyway, if that's the case, why not try yourself being a so-called a foreigner working in another country, right? So the pros working as a foreigner in China is that I get my yearly flights back home for free. So every summer holiday, the school will pay for my flight back to Singapore and back to China as well. Okay, just for me to enjoy my holiday back home. But because of COVID, I haven't been home for a long time. So that is actually one thing that you need to be very, very mindful of. All right, with COVID, we do not know when the world will actually open up again, and especially with China's zero tolerance on COVID-19, right? So be prepared not to go home for a long time. And then I also got a housing allowance, so I rent an apartment nearby, a 3-bedroom apartment. There is no public housing in China, at least not in my city, right? So everything is in a way private housing. So you can think of it as condo, but the facilities in China cannot compare. No way you can compare with the condo facilities back in Singapore, right? But anyway, it's paid for me, all right? So I get a 3-bedroom. I get to choose the place, the different type of floors or different apartments I'm comfortable with. I chose something that I'm comfortable with near school, so I can just walk to school. All right, if it's not too cold in the winter or not too hot in the summer, I can just run around the park and all that. It's actually a beautiful place, all right? So these are the good things working as a so-called foreign talent in China, right? Okay, so next question is, a lot of people ask me is,
China really that advanced?
yes, depending on what you are looking for. All right, so in terms of technology, in terms of payment, I can just go on the street and buy some street food, and all I need to do is to take out my phone, scan WeChat Pay, and I just pay. I don't even need, right? I used to carry a wallet and a phone back in Singapore, but today, if I go out, all I need is a phone. Whatever I want, scan my phone, pay. It's all linked to my bank card. All right, so culturally, a lot of people say that China is a country where maybe they have money, but culturally they are not as advanced. Yes and no, because I think we need to put things into context. Western countries, Eastern countries, Middle East countries, even different countries within Asia, we are so used to different things, right? So something that is very normal in China may seem very rude back in Singapore. Or maybe in Japan, in Korea, or US, or wherever you are, right? I think we need to respect each other's culture and understand. I think that's the very, very important word, to understand where they are coming from. Working in China made me realize that no, culturally we are so different. There's no right, there's no wrong. People believe in different things, be it in terms of habits or even politically. All right, so just be open-minded and just enjoy the ride, like what my friends always say. In China, what I enjoy in my small little city is that the slower pace of life, right? So the slower pace of life, less stressful life as compared to Singapore. Of course, what I do miss back in Singapore is the music scene. As a musician, I'm so used to getting that high quality of music back in Singapore, which I don't get in the small city of mine. Okay, you say that I can travel to Guangzhou, I can travel to Shanghai, I can travel to Beijing if I want to. Yes, but in Singapore, it's such a small city that I can just take a train from, say, I live in Tampines, so I take a train from Tampines to City Hall, I go to Esplanade Concert Hall, buy a ticket, it's very cheap, I watch Singapore Symphony Orchestra, I watch a jazz concert or whatever, and I'm sort of guaranteed a minimum level of quality. And I also miss Singapore food. Okay, the good thing about that is now we have Taobao, right? So the good thing is I can just go into Taobao, I just buy curry paste and I cook curry myself. Okay, if I want chili paste, a little bit more expensive because of the import tax in Singapore. Import tax in China is a lot higher as compared to Singapore. So this is something that we need to be mindful of. Okay, so generally 5 years here, am I happy? Yes and no. Do I enjoy my life here? Yes and no. All right. Do I want to go back to Singapore? Yes and no. So I don't have an answer here for everyone. But if you are looking, okay, as a Singaporean especially, we are so used to being in a very metropolitan city. If you're really looking at working overseas, be it in London, Paris, okay, be it in New York, be it in China, all right, feel free if your family commitments allow you to, if you are single, you're not married, or even if you're married with children, your whole family, you are willing to uproot your whole family to go to a country, a new place for 1 year, 2 years, why not? I think it's a very good personal experience to just explore things around the world. So this is all I want to share. And if you have any questions, just put in the comment below. I try my best to answer you. Like what I say, I don't have all the answers in the world. I do not know what I'm going to talk about in the next topic. This is my first time doing a YouTube video, so I hope you enjoy. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.